Okay. So I was talking about how I would limit myself from things that felt good in life because in a moment it was like I wasn't understanding how I could bring other people into it with me. So I was talking about how, let's say, for instance, if I did the work, right, and I felt peace and happiness, and I knew the work that I had to do, I knew that the people that I cared about or person that I care about wasn't going to necessarily do that work in this moment, in this season. So I'd be like, okay, well, I'm feeling peace and happiness, and they can't feel this same peace and happiness. And it's like, is the peace and happiness even worth it if I can't feel it with them? So it was like I could stop myself from stepping into the greatness that I need to step in, being so concerned with how someone else could be, how could they feel this same feeling. And I got on that topic by talking about how I was dependent on other people, because in a way I didn't realize that I was dependent on other people to be able to feel the peace and happiness, because it was like, I, not that I was like I need them to feel it with me. It was just like the feelings that I would feel from imagining them not feeling with me didn't feel good at all. And somehow, not even somehow, I know exactly how. I got the whole clear story, front to back. This is how it happened. This is how I grew out of that. The way I didn't even try to grow out of it, I got grown out of it. So, wanting to connect with people so bad, so intensely, just wanting connection, that I would put myself in situations and open up conversations to connect with other people, and I would still walk away feeling disconnected after so many times of like everyone that I have around me to try this connection thing with, trying it with everybody. I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I still feel disconnected, so what do I do? And that led me to a space where I had to, not even had to, I chose to begin to connect with myself. And in connecting with myself, that's when I found out about, you know, stepping into the peace and happiness that I want doesn't require me to think about how could other people feel the same feeling, and not not get into the mindset of like, oh, forget these people. Get into the mindset of understanding that my way is not the only way. And that literally came from a book, honestly. The book didn't tell me that my way isn't the only way. However, it was just this story and whatever, and it was talking about whatever it was talking about. And in its story, I had my own revelation and my own interpretation of words that wasn't even on the page. It's just by reading the book. My mind got to a point where I realized that the things that I need for peace and happiness might not be what someone else needs for peace and happiness. So they might not have to necessarily do the things that I do to get that feeling. You know, I could leave that up to them. Let them have that responsibility. Let the source that they believe in provide that happiness and that peace to them. The best gift that I could give a person is stepping into my own peace and happiness, because as I live in this space, I become an example to them of what's possible. And that's better than pulling them. That's better than forcing them. That's better than judging them. That's better than making them feel small, because in the end, who wants to feel that way? And for me, in growing, I don't even want people to feel that way. I want people to have a space to be them, to be genuine, to be vulnerable, to make mistakes, to just live their life and feel loved because it just feels good to just give love and just, I do need water. I need some water to give love. And the way I began to see that giving love feels good is really from, and this ties back into what I was saying about how words being powerful, because I remember this word is so subtle. However, it stuck with me all the way to this point. Well, it really happened like 2 years ago. However, it was something about seeing people as a newborn, and something about that, and something about me repeating it. I didn't fully process it in a moment. However, the same way I was talking about in the other video, how I could say something now and 10 years from now look back, I had that kind of moment about that. It's just like I was in this space when, like, seeing everybody as an innocent child. Or sometimes I see people and I just see the child in them, the innocent child in them, running around, having fun, innocent, wanting to be loved, wanting to be cared about, wanting to be accepted, scared and afraid, and not afraid to admit it and stuff. Seeing all that in a grown person, and an adult, whatever, just seeing that in them, that's just what makes love feel good. Because no matter what I'm seeing right in front of me, it's just that energy of a child can still be within a person. And not even saying that it has to be associated with being a child. It's just the not being afraid to admit it could be associated with a child. Like, just, I guess the child image just makes it okay at this point. Just being afraid, being scared, needing affirmation and confirmation and all that kind of stuff. Seeing people in that way, and just seeing, and another way that got me to a point where it's just like loving people feel good is just realizing that I'm not that perfect. I'm not that perfect. I'm not that good. And by that, I'm not talking down on myself. It just means that no matter how far ahead I think I could have thought I was of the next person, it's like I'm not. It's so many different things that I have to be able to go through. It's so many challenges that I face. It's so many challenges that I see in another person, and I can see the clear answer and a clear next step that would be helpful in the situation that they're in, because I've been in that space. However, the emotions associated with this same situation, it's like I could be having those emotions and those experiences in a different area of my life that I don't necessarily feel confident in navigating. So just because the situation that they're in, I would know how to navigate that situation. It's like, just because I would know how to navigate that situation, it don't mean that I'm better than them or anything because of the way that they feel. Because the way that they feel, I could feel that same way in a different area of my life. Or it's just so many different instances that just makes me feel like, okay, we all on the same feelings. I was about to say all on the same level. However, I don't think that it's just one. I do believe that not levels as in boom boom boom. However, I do believe that it is a certain effort and a certain consciousness and a certain order in the mind that can take an experience to a different level, that without that effort and without that work, that it requires effort and work to be able to get to. So yeah, just to for myself, I was about to say my own self, for my own self, to gather my thing back up once again to just gather my thoughts, because that's what I'm here for anyway, just to gather my thoughts. So what exactly did I just say today? I was talking about my dependence, how I was dependent on other people without being aware. Because, and my purpose of saying that was that I would get down. I believe that's the word to use. I don't know. I could feel the feelings in my chest now. I don't necessarily associate it with sadness and disappointment. The word that I have is unbearable. That's what I remember. I remember feeling like it was unbearable to step into peace and happiness without understanding how the people that I care about could step into that same peace and happiness. And my purpose of saying that is to say that as I began to build a relationship with myself, it's freedom. Well, it's not what I meant to say that for, because this going to take it to a whole nother place. Because I was just about to say that it's freedom and taking that pressure and that expectation off of other people. Is giving them the space to show up and be who they are and where they are, first of all. And that's our ultimate form of love. That'll get somebody further ever than trying to pull them along, because that's only draining me out. So what's the big thing with what I'm really wanting to say? I think, well, I know I'm wanting to get something clear to myself. And I know it has a lot to do with today. And I know it has a lot to do with getting myself to a place of peace and happiness today. And I know I'm wanting a certain comfort and certain things that I feel like I don't have access to right now, to just be able to reach out and grab the way that I would like. And I see myself being sad about it a little bit. And the word I was about to use is stuck. It's not really stuck. It's I see myself reliving the past. I see myself being inside of a past experience of, if I couldn't get those things I needed or get that feeling I needed, I let my world come to an end and just what did I do? I let my world come to an end in that moment of feeling like if it didn't go the way, if it didn't go the way that I knew, or the way that I wanted, or the way that I felt like it needed to go, I treated it like that was the end. And I wanted to say to myself that is not the end. Opening myself up to the possibility to create a new path and create something new, and to allow life to show me something different. If I can be open and vulnerable in this moment to say, hey, I feel stuck. Hey, I feel discomfort. Hey, I want these new things. Hey, I want to live a luxurious life. Hey, I'm really feeling like I want to give right now. Hey, what's something that I can love? What's something that I can pour life in? What's something that I can pour my creativity in? I'm feeling like I'm in a season where I need to do that right now. I'm feeling like having that right now will fuel me in a way that will make life feel alive and will make life feel worth living. I feeling like I'm in that stage right now. Could you support me? I'm open to creative solutions. Telling that life that, and then just sitting back and having a trust to receive what's coming next, what's coming to me, and understanding that all the situations that I have right now, the relationships that I have right now, the circumstances that I have right now, it's all okay. It's all right. It's all good. I have enough. I am enough. It's just like just telling myself that everything is okay right now. I don't need to be something somewhere else. I didn't need the situation to happen a different way for it to be okay. I don't need a different resource. I don't need a different outcome in order for things to be okay. Just saying that, okay, I'm grateful right now and everything is okay. And I would just feel good if I just had something. Well, I think I would feel good because sometimes it's just be thinking something. It's the need and maybe it's not. I don't know. I just want to do something cool. I'm thinking I just want to do something cool, as in like seeing quality and just having something to focus my time and my attention into, and my love and my heart and my focus and my creativity to into. So maybe I'm in a stage where I'm wanting to produce something. And I do believe the thing that has been holding me back is, oh goodness, it's finna be time for me to leave because I gotta go get some water. There's no problem with getting the water. The only thing is that this cord on this speaker is like, speaking. A product of just washing my face in the shower and just all these different things. I want to speak. I want to go